I had been away for a 3 night mommy getaway in France. At the same time, we had family around for the holidays. So instead of our usual three boys, there were five children at home, which meant my husband had to deal with five kids all by himself. And listen, five children, I wasn't expecting to come home to a showroom. When I walked in, though, my homemaker instinct immediately wanted me to start cleaning. The shock in my was something I was not expecting, if I have to be honest. You know that feeling when you see everything that needs you to attend to, and your mind starts making the list before you have even dropped your bag down. That was my case. But I had to tell myself something. Leave it. The mess has already happened, so cleaning it that night wasn't going to change anything. Plus, I was tired. I needed rest more than my home needed cleaning. So I rested. And the next day, I was ready to bring our home back to a place that felt manageable. The first thing I don't do is start randomly cleaning whatever catches my eye, because that's how I will spend 2 hours walking and still feel like I have accomplished nothing. I looked at the house and I decided what actually needs my attention first. For me, that was the bathroom and the toilet area. They are the high used areas, and when they haven't been maintained, you can see and you can sometimes smell it. The difference is very, very clear. So instead of thinking I have to clean this whole house, I think one space at a time. Normally, my bathroom doesn't get to this stage because I have a simple 3 to 5 minute daily maintenance routine. But this week, I could see the difference. The toilet needed proper cleaning. The mirror was dirty. The bathtub needed scrubbing. The floors needed attention. So this wasn't my normal little bathroom reset. This time I gave it the deeper clean that it needed.
There can't be no light if darkness don't exist. He never left my side. He showed me the way out of all the storms raging at the sea. He gave me back my life. I owe him everything. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice in the name of the Lord forever and always. I rejoice, rejoice, rejoice in the name of the Lord always. He carried me to shore, held me through the pain. He loved me at my worst. I thank him every day. I will put him first, 'cause he did that for me. He sacrificed himself so I could find my peace. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice in the name of the Lord forever and always. I rejoice, rejoice, rejoice in the name of the Lord always. Put joy to his name every single day, 'cause he never left our sight. He showed us the way. Rejoice, rejoice in the name of the Lord forever can't be no light if darkness don't exist. He never left my side. He showed me the way.
Something struck me while I was cleaning. This is exactly why those tiny daily habits matter. When I spend 3 to 5 minutes staying on top of the little spills every day, wiping the sink, cleaning around the toilet, and keeping things dry, I don't usually have to work this hard. The week I wasn't there to do these things showed me just how much time those few minutes I do daily normally saves me. So when that is done, I moved over to the kitchen. Again, I wasn't trying to make everything to be perfect. I just wanted the house to become functional again. I needed to deal with the dishes, clean the sink, counters cleared and wiped, food and rubbish removed, things put back where they belong. Then I attended to the floor. For me, once the bathroom and the kitchen are back under control, the entire house already starts feeling different. And mentally, I start feeling different too. For the living space, I like to clear before I properly clean. Anything that doesn't belong there gets picked up. Toys go back, shoes go back, clothes go back. Random things that somehow migrated from one side of the house to another goes back to its home. This is where having a place for things makes such a difference. Because sometimes your house isn't actually dirty as it looks. It's just visually overwhelmed by stuff. Once everything is back where it belongs, cleaning becomes much faster and easier. Once I have cleared the room, I then can actually clean. I start with the surfaces first. Anything that needs wiping and dusting, I go ahead and do that, and I do the floor last. This is because I don't want to clean the floor and then come back to dusting and wiping crumbs off the table, and then they are going to fall back on the floor. And again, I'm not trying to restore the house to 100% perfection. After a week like this, 80% is enough for me. My goal is to have a clean, functional, and peaceful space. The rest can wait. Last but not the least, and this is probably the biggest lesson that this week reminded me of. A peaceful home isn't maintained by constantly deep cleaning, at least for me. A peaceful home is maintained by the small, tiny things we do between deep cleans. Wiping the spill while it is fresh, putting some things back after using it, resetting the kitchen at night, cleaning around the toilet before smells build up, drying the bathroom after shower, sticking the trash out, 10 seconds here, 3 minutes there. Those little things don't look impressive on camera, but they are what stop my home from reaching this point every week. There was another lesson in this week for me. Sometimes we can look at the mess around us or even the mess in our life, and we will immediately feel like we have to fix everything right now. But I'm learning that peace doesn't always come from doing more. Sometimes wisdom looks like knowing when to work and knowing when to rest. I could have walked through that door after 3 nights away and immediately started cleaning because I wanted my house to be back in order. But that night I needed rest more than I needed a clean bathroom. The house could wait, and it did. It waited. The next morning I had the strength to begin again. And that's something I'm learning in this season. There is grace in starting again in whatever aspect in our life that needs us to start again. Whether it is our home, whether it is your routine, whether it is something much more bigger in life, you don't have to fix everything today. Start where you are, do what you can, and little by little bring things back into
if your
order.
home has gotten away from you this week, please don't stand in the middle of it thinking you have to do everything at once. Choose the space that needs you most. For you, it might be your bedroom. For me, it was my bathroom and my kitchen. Finish that and then move over to the next. And remember, you are allowed to stop before everything is perfect. I would love to hear from you. When your whole house feels overwhelming, which room do you tackle first? The kitchen, bathroom, living room, or bedroom? Tell me in the comment, because I genuinely want to know how other women reset their homes. And if you're trying to create a peaceful home without losing yourself in the process, that's exactly what I'm building here. I will see you in the next Peace at Home video. Before I go, one gentle reminder: remember, God loves you so much, regardless of what or where you stand today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.